The evening air was warm and filled with laughter as Emily arrived at her best friend Sarah's backyard party, a casual gathering to celebrate the end of summer with a group of close college friends, most of whom she had known since freshman year. Emily, a 22-year-old graphic design major with long auburn hair and a shy demeanor, had always felt a bit out of place in social settings, preferring quiet nights with books or sketching rather than wild parties. But Sarah had insisted she come, promising it would be relaxed with just wine, music, and the new hot tub Sarah's parents had installed as a graduation gift. As Emily stepped through the gate, she was greeted by hugs from the girls. There was confident and outgoing Mia with her short black hair and tattooed arms, playful Jenna, who always had a joke ready, sophisticated Lauren, who worked in fashion and dressed impeccably even for a backyard hangout, and a few others like Brooke and Taylor, who brought extra bottles of rosé and snacks. The group settled around the patio, chatting about jobs, bad dates with guys, and old memories, while soft pop music played from a speaker. Emily sipped her wine, feeling the alcohol loosen her usual inhibitions, and noticed how the conversation flowed easily among the women, touches lingering a bit longer than usual, a hand on a knee during a story, a playful shove that turned into a hug. Sarah, the hostess with sun-kissed blonde hair and an infectious smile, announced it was time to christen the hot tub, stripping down to her bikini without hesitation and encouraging everyone else to do the same. Emily hesitated at first, self-conscious about her body in the revealing swimsuit she had borrowed from Sarah, but the encouraging cheers from the group made her join in, slipping into the bubbling, warm water that immediately relaxed her muscles and sent jets massaging against her skin. As more wine was passed around, the talk turned intimate. Jenna shared a funny story about a disastrous hookup. Mia admitted to experimenting in college, and Lauren confessed she had always been curious about women but never acted on it. Emily listened quietly, her heart racing as she felt an unfamiliar stir inside her, glancing at the way the water glistened on Mia's toned shoulders or how Sarah's laugh made her eyes sparkle. The bubbles hid subtle movements underwater, feet brushing accidentally at first, then intentionally, and Emily felt a spark when Sarah's leg pressed against hers, lingering there with a knowing smile. The group played a game of truth or dare to spice things up, starting innocently with dares like singing badly or truths about crushes, but soon escalating as the alcohol flowed. Jenna dared Mia to kiss Lauren on the cheek, which turned into a full lip lock that had everyone whooping, and then Brooke dared Sarah to massage Emily's shoulders, which Sarah did eagerly, her hands strong and warm, thumbs pressing into knots Emily didn't know she had, sending shivers down her spine despite the heat. Emily's breath quickened, her mind swirling with confusion and excitement as she realized how good it felt to be touched by a woman, how different and electric compared to the clumsy attempts from boys in her past. As the night deepened, clothes started coming off, bikini tops tossed aside in a dare, laughter echoing as bodies glistened under the string lights, and Emily found herself not wanting to cover up, emboldened by the acceptance around her. Mia pulled her into a playful splash fight that ended with them close, faces inches apart, and when Mia leaned in for a dare kiss, Emily didn't pull away, instead parting her lips slightly as their mouths met softly at first, then deeper, tongues exploring tentatively while the group cheered encouragingly. The kiss broke, leaving Emily breathless and flushed, her body tingling in ways she had never experienced, and Sarah whispered in her ear that it was okay to feel whatever she was feeling. More dares followed, hands wandering underwater, caresses that started as playful, turning sensual, and Emily allowed Jenna's fingers to trace her thigh, discovering a sensitivity that made her gasp. The hot tub became a cocoon of steam and intimacy, revelations spilling out as Lauren admitted she was bisexual, Mia shared she had known she was gay since high school, and others nodded with stories of their own journeys. Emily, heart pounding, finally confessed in a small voice that she had always felt something missing with men, that tonight was opening her eyes to desires she had suppressed, fearing judgment from family or society. The group surrounded her with support, hugs turning into group embraces, skin on skin, and the energy shifted to exploration, soft kisses shared among pairs, then trios, hands discovering curves and sensitive spots with gentle curiosity. Emily found herself between Sarah and Mia, their mouths on her neck, hands cupping her breasts, nipples hardening under expert touches that no man had ever matched, waves of pleasure building as fingers dipped lower, stroking her through the water until she arched with her first orgasm from a woman's touch, a revelation that shattered her old self-image and birthed a new understanding of her sexuality. The night continued with moans mingling with the bubbles, bodies entwining in various combinations, Emily eagerly reciprocating, tasting Sarah for the first time, the sweetness and intimacy overwhelming her senses, realizing this was what she had been craving all along. As the stars twinkled overhead and the hot tub jets hummed relentlessly, the party evolved into a symphony of feminine pleasure, with Emily fully immersed in her awakening, no longer the shy observer, but an active participant hungry for more discoveries about herself and the women around her. Sarah, taking a gentle lead, guided Emily's hand between her thighs, teaching her how to touch another woman, the slick heat and responsive gasps affirming Emily's instincts as Sarah came undone with a shuddering cry, pulling Emily into a passionate kiss of gratitude and desire. Mia joined them, her experienced tongue tracing patterns on Emily's inner thighs before delving deeper, lapping at her most intimate places with a skill that sent Emily soaring to new heights, her body convulsing in ecstasy multiple times, each peak revealing layers of suppressed longing she had buried under societal expectations of dating men and eventual marriage. The other girls paired off nearby, Jenna and Lauren lost in a 69 position on the hot tub edge, their moans fueling the group's arousal, while Brooke and Taylor explored with fingers and mouths, occasionally reaching over to include others in caresses or kisses. Emily, empowered by the non-judgmental space, experimented boldly, straddling Mia's face while leaning down to pleasure her in return, the mutual rhythm building until they climaxed together, Emily's world narrowing to the taste, scent, and feel of womanly essence. Conversations wove through the passion, women sharing coming-out stories that mirrored Emily's emerging truth, how Mia had her first girlfriend in secret during high school, fearing rejection, or how Lauren realized her attraction during the girls' trip, much like this one, the hot water loosening inhibitions just as it was now. Emily opened up further, tears mixing with sweat and water as she admitted years of confusion, failed relationships with boys that left her unfulfilled, and fleeting crushes on female friends she dismissed as admiration. The group affirmed her, words of love and acceptance interspersed with tender touches, reinforcing that her feelings were valid and beautiful. As energy ebbed and flowed, they moved to loungers around the tub, towels loosely draped but soon discarded, forming a circle of interconnected bodies where hands and mouths roamed freely, a daisy chain of pleasure that had Emily at its center multiple times, learning the art of bringing joy to women like Jenna, whose playful nature turned vulnerable in orgasm, or Brooke, who whispered encouragements as Emily's tongue explored her. The night peaked in a collective release, bodies trembling in unison under shared stimulation, laughter returning as exhaustion set in, but with a deeper bond forged. Cuddling in the cooling water afterward, Emily nestled against Sarah, head on her chest, feeling a profound peace. She knew now she was lesbian, that this party in the hot tub had been the catalyst for embracing her true self. No more hiding or denying the attractions that had always simmered beneath the surface. Promises were made to support her coming out, to explore more together, perhaps as a group or in pairs. And as the first light of dawn approached, Emily felt reborn, her lesbian life truly beginning in the steamy embrace of that unforgettable night with friends who became lovers, the hot tub forever etched in her memory as the place of her revelation.